welcome to your 450 post-race press conference, Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, the final round, round 12. It's a Carson City Motorsports Hangtown Classic. Jason Wygant from NBC Sports, your host. I believe the only rider that was able to make it here on a Saturday night is Eli Tomac, who it sure looked like we were going to be talking to as the overall race winner. Just got edged out by Dylan Ferrandis, but you did win the final Moto of the year. So are you still satisfied with the way it turned out, even though it ended up being a very close second overall?
Yeah, it was close, and it was like disheartening from Moto 1 because I had a really good pace going. You know, I felt like I was going to be able to catch those guys. And of course, just missed my one main line there, or the line that I was taking by a couple inches, and washed my front end out on that. It's pretty gnarly off camber there. So ended up crashing and then actually tweaked my thumb pretty good. That's why my once I got up and going speed was kind of mediocre. So thankfully I was able to tape it and get some strength back then into it for Moto 2, and rode pretty good Moto 2 and made my way to the front, and that was it. But once again, Dylan was strong, for those two motos.
Yep, absolutely. Did you know actually where it all stood? At one point, did you think you had the overall, or did you not know how that was all going to play out?
I was watching it, and I was like, I was marking Craig, and I believe Anstey was there. So, and then I saw the red plate, and I was like, uh-oh, I knew he was coming. So then I kind of knew my chances were gone, but I was pumped. And then, like, whenever it was 5 to go, Dylan came through, and that was it. But you can only control what you got for yourself.
Alex Gobert, we'll go to you.
Thanks, Weege. Yeah, Alex Gobert, MotoOnline.com. Eli, congrats on today and the season. Obviously a big day for you being the last day out with Kawasaki after a long relationship. But how excited are you for what's to come? I know nothing's announced yet, but just for you, it must be a pretty exciting time to look ahead.
Yes, I obviously can't say where I'm going or what my future holds that way, but really it's like it's like I'm pretty emotional today, like up and down that way. We had so much success with Kawasaki and, and with Brian and my mechanic, Brian Kranz. So that's what's hard to swallow is like you kind of become family as a team. It wasn't like we didn't end, speaking about Kawasaki now, on any bad terms that way, right? To where you're not speaking to each other, you're not working with each other. Like we worked totally, on good terms throughout this motocross season. That was it. So it was tough that way today, leaving the track, but it's just life goes on kind of thing, and that's all you can do.
Right on. Appreciate you coming on here.
Thanks.
Anthony Sansota, we'll go to you next. Anthony, there. Might have lost him. I'll go to Nick from Moto Limited.
Thanks, Jason. Nick, still Moto Limited. Eli, just going back to that, and congratulations on such a long career at Monster Energy Kawasaki. Are you able to tell us about any contributing factors of why you chose to leave Monster Energy Kawasaki and not continue the rest of your career there?
No, I can't. Just out of respect of my past success with Kawasaki, so I can't. It's just a decision that, I had to make on my own that way. And I, like I said, we ended on good terms, so I'm not going to say exactly why or some specific reason why I left.
Yeah, going back over the years that you've been there, is there a moment you can stands out as a memory that's going to be with you forever and one of your highest moments at Monster Energy Kawasaki?
Yeah, and that's the fight for the Supercross 450 title, and obviously the 450 Motocross title was first, and that is huge too. But that Supercross title was pretty dang elusive to us for some time. So that's one season I look back on, and and during the COVID thing, and we had a lot going on in 2020. So Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just recent memories, right? Like 2020 is a special year.
Absolutely. Thanks, Eli.
Alex Gobert, we'll go to you next.
Hey, we know the Hangtown usually opens the season, or it's at least towards the front. So what was the track like today, and how was it to finish off the season at Hangtown for 2021?
It started out more of a hard base. Actually, the whole day, the track was more hard base than what we've had in the past. And then it had pretty good character at the end of the day, but for sure it was one of the more hard packed tracks we've ridden. And to be honest, I think that's fine. I don't think every track needs to be exactly the same and rip deep in water to perfect conditions. So I did enjoy some hard packed condition, even though it did bite me, going down that off camber. But overall, it was a pretty hot day. It's comparing it to end of May, it kind of felt the same. All the fields were still brown around us that way, the same. So to be honest, it wasn't totally different than May.
Yeah, thank you.
Kellen Brower.
Yeah, thanks, Kellen Brower from RaceRex. Eli, like you mentioned, this is your last hurrah with Cowie, but also with your mechanic there, Brian Krantz. I'm just kind of wondering what that relationship has meant to you over the years and working with him for the 11 years that you've had, and almost how difficult or strange it's going to be next year not working with him.
It's going to be strange. Basically you become family that way. And then just when you show up to the race and race weekends, it's like, it's like you're a team, right? So that's what's going to be different about it is not having him there. And man, we've had a long standing relationship. I mean, it's 11 years. I don't know if many guys have beaten that. So as a combination, and Kranz, he was bulletproof. Like I could just trust the bike every single weekend, right? Where you never have questions about what the guy's doing or if whatever, bolts are tight, blah, blah, blah. Things going to stay together. And he had a gnarly track record that way. So, it's tough to think about not having him there.
Aaron Hansel, if you have a question.
Aaron Hansel, RacerX. Yeah, could you go? This track's had some milestones for you. You won your very first race here, and now it's going to mark your very last race with Kawasaki. You had that ride on the Honda a few years ago. That was anyway. Do you happen to have a special relationship with this track, or is it just another track to you?
It's not a track I look forward to going to ride, and I don't know why. It's just, it's. I mean, 2010 was very special. 2015, nothing against the track. It just it's not like, okay, I can't wait to get to Hangtown. It's not one of those for me. So, but for some reason, I normally do have good success there.
All right, I'll ask one more question here. Eli, you turned pro in 2010. You're going to go into the 22 season, at least we know. And you've reached the highest of heights, and you're still battling to get those titles back. A lot of riders, they've chosen to go another route and just walk away from it. What is it that keeps your motivation going to want to keep coming back when other riders don't do that?
For me, I still have the itch for chasing green flags and checkered flags and being on the start line. And I'm not checked out yet, that way. It doesn't, I still like to do it. So that's it. I still like to do it. I still enjoy trying to win races and trying to be the best guy. So that's why I'm still around.
Awesome. All right, we're glad you're here. We'll see you next year. That's Eli Tomac, Moto 2 winner for Monster Energy Kawasaki. Thanks for joining us, everybody, in our press conference. We'll see you next season. Thank you.
Okay, see you guys.
Thank you.